everyone. Welcome in. Welcome into Relationship Rewind on a Thursday, believe it or not. But, I've been doing a lot of different things, and I felt like since I'm out here in the sun and I'm grounding myself, and the neighbor's dog is like saying, "Hey, Ron, how you doing out here?" And everything is peaceful and everything's good. I just really, in my spirit, wanted to come out here and talk about becoming. Talk about Project SeLFLoVe, which the theme for this month is becoming. And what I'd like to do is just have a conversation and share some things that's worked for me. And more importantly, share some success stories, as well as give you guys some action steps on how you'll be able to move forward in those endeavors that you want to achieve. Hey, Tony, what's up? Listen, my sincerest apologies, girlfriend. I have to tell you, I fell asleep. I did something that I was not supposed to be doing, and I fell asleep. Got to be honest with you and straightforward. I woke up around 11:30, like, what the hell? And so I feel some kind of way. But we're going to circle the wagons and get back to everything. So we're talking about the beginning of the year. Let's review back to becoming. Becoming is how I can best define it, guys, is whatever you're striving for in life and whatever you're trying to achieve, you first have to shed something in order for you to become or to achieve that. Does that make sense? The best thing that I can share with you is an old African proverb. And they said, in order for a cat to become a lion, it first has to lose its taste for rats. And what does it mean when it says that? Hey, honeybee, how you doing? Great for being out here. Thank you for coming into my live. I really appreciate you. This is Relationship Rewind. We're talking about becoming. It means that you have to shed something. You have to let go of something in order for you to achieve or whatever you want to strive for. You can't get that in the same mindset that you got achieved or you've got something else. Does that make sense, guys? So, January, we always close out the year. January, we do New Year's resolutions. Everybody's excited. Everybody's behind themselves. Everybody's posting goals and posting the things that they're doing. And man, everybody's hard charged in January. And despite contrary belief, guys, people don't fall off in January. People fall off in February. You know why? Because that motivation is gone. All that hoopla is gone. In February, February slides in really slow and silent, and you're just left with your grind, your gold, your hustle, and that small little voice in your mind telling you in the back saying, man, I don't think he's able to do this. And then if you fall short with it, right? If you fall short and you say, okay, man, I can't. February is that honesty month. February is that everybody thinks it's relationships outside yourself. No, guys. Outside of Black history, which I value very much, your relationship with you in February is the most important thing that you have. In February is where everybody gives up. Is because that's where February tests you and say, how committed are you to you? Not to everybody else, not to social media, not to anybody else's approval, just to your own. When everything else is shut down and you're turning off the lights in your house and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're getting ready to go to bed, are you able to look at yourself and say, man, I did 1% better than I did yesterday? That's all that Project SeLFLoVe is all about. You staying committed to you. Because guess what, guys? All those relationships that you have in life is a reflection of the relationship that you hold within yourself. I don't know how any other way to put it. Your finances is a mindset. Everything is a mindset, and it's based on your beliefs. What your mom and dad did or did not teach you. And that's a so what. We're going to get in there. We're going to break some stuff today. We're going to break a little trauma today, right? Those are the so whats. It's like, what are you doing now? You a grown-ass man and woman, and you're still sitting there and you're wah-wahing about things that's happened to you in the past. Find out why those things keep repeating themselves in your life. How do they keep repeating themselves in your life? Is because you're not looking at that person in the mirror that matters the most. Does that make sense? So that's what February was about. And so I'm telling you guys, if you stopped anything that you did in February, listen, no worries. We're not judging nobody. This is a safe zone here. Listen, I started over at least 5 times in February. What I want you to do is just recommit yourself and just say, hey, look, what I'm going to do is just be consistent. And so how do you be consistent is becoming, guys. This is March. March is that becoming. March is that spring cleaning. So let's do some mental spring cleaning, shall we? Let's do some mental spring cleaning and take these cobwebs out of those things that we want to move forward with, those goals, those dreams, those aspirations. If you don't have any, find some. Because I don't know what you're living for. What are you living for? So March is where we're going to sit there and say, okay, we're going to recommit. Let's say we are all players. Players mess up. Or like I like to say to myself, players fuck up. We mess up all the time. When you have the understanding that you're going to fall off, when you have the understanding that you're going to make mistakes, when you understand that I'm going to fail, right? But I'm not going to let those things distract me. I'm just going to keep my focus and blinders on and understand that those things are lessons. Success is going to come to you. You're going to be able to manifest quicker. Manifestation comes when you're looking at the end goal. It's not looking at things and then saying, is this working? Is this working? It's looking at that end result with the how you would feel if this was happening, if this was going on, if you had that in your life right now. What would that energy feel like? Like, you see how I resonate with it? Because I know, because I put myself there. I'm mentally put myself there. And we're going to talk about that, guys. So what did February teach us? 3 things, guys. And then I'm going to give you 3 things to put you back on track, okay? February taught us 3 things. 1, motivation is unreliable. I am a motivational speaker, and I like to change that. I am an empowerment speaker because I like to see and I like to empower people. Everyone can be motivated to take a shower, but would they be empowered to take a shower every day? No. That's why people are probably walking around in your office right now stanking the place up. So motivation is not that, guys. But guess what? What's the big thing? Commitment is the one thing that is not only something that when you commit to yourself is spiritual. It's a binding contract. It's spirit to saying soul and saying, listen, I'm going to be consistent no matter what happens. I'm going to be consistent enough to get up every day, even when I don't like to do it. That's called discipline. I'm going to continue forward with those things. So that's the first one. The second one is, guys, like, the best way to put it is you only have one life to live. Like every day that you say, what if could happen if you took action. So we cannot abandon ourselves no more. That's number 2. We can't let go of things because we're thinking we're too old, it's too late. That's all you. Like, start right now. If you start right now, let me give you a story, guys, and this is my own personal story. I don't know if you guys have seen that TikTok way back when. Like I said, like, when I lose weight, when I get sexy, I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna let none of y'all hit. I don't know if y'all remember that, right? In that video, guys, I was weighing probably 284, 285 pounds. That was back in June, July, when I started really saying, I'm gonna be consistent and I'm gonna recommit to myself. Was back in November. At that time, I was half-assing. And when you're half-assing, guys, be honest with yourself. When you're just doing just enough just to get by, just enough to just lose just a little bit so you can get that admiration from motherfuckers that don't care about you anyway. Right? So when I recommitted myself and I said, I'm gonna be consistent. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be consistent. Let's just start now and just do my walking. Let's start with the walking. Started doing that and started walking. Not lifting, just walking. Not taking no supplements, just walking. Walking, not eating anything after 7, and drinking at least a gallon of water. Trying to be consistent. Those were my key consistencies, called my non-negotiables, and we'll get into that. It's now March. In March right now, because I've been consistent, I am now running the 2 miles. In January, I think in February, end of February, I started run walking, I think. And I weighed myself in February. I weighed myself in March. In February, I always weigh myself at the first of the month. And guys, let me say this. The weighing, get away from the scale. Don't look at it all the time. You want to see it so you can keep pushing. So put it in a space where you're not going to be every week, not every 2 weeks. Put it off. I put mine off for once a month. First of the month, I'm going to weigh myself. I weighed myself in February. I was weighing 248, guys. And now, in March, beginning of March, I was weighing 226 pounds. What am I saying? Consistency. It's not about everything that you have. It's about what you're doing. The action behind it is going to show. So, what am I saying? Guys, we can't give up on ourselves again. When I say you recommit this time, just say, listen, I make mistakes, I pause, but if you still want to do this, if God, your higher power, the universe, whatever you believed in, still puts that in your heart for you to do, then it's for you, and that's your right. The only thing that's keeping you from it is your consistency and your faith, because your consistency is going to bring those actions. Your faith is going to bring those results. Does that make sense? And then the third thing, guys, which I went back to before. Listen, players fuck up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Listen, growth requires grace. You can't punish yourself into doing something better. Does that make sense? The only thing that should concern you is not about you quitting. You know what I'm saying? Is more about you just coming back to yourself. That's self-love. Self-love is, I know I messed up, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool. I can come back to myself every time because that's what I love. I love myself so much that I give myself that grace to grow. I give myself that grace to have that peace. I'm not putting that anxiety on myself. I know life is always lifing, but guess what? After it stops lifing, I'm going to continue down that path I was going on. Does that make sense? Now, what am I saying? Which brings us into March. If you learn that in February and you recommitted yourself, even if you're starting right now, I'm going to give you some keys to help you recommit. If you slid, you backslid. Like I always say, listen, you paused. Don't worry about it. Listen, we all players fuck up. Now look, we always take a pause. We jump in so hard. So if you look at those 3 things that I just guys taught you and wrote it down, then you'll be like, man, he is right. I am being so hard on myself. Let me jump back into this and do it this way. Let's go micro up. Listen, I've lost more and gained more muscle working out 10 minutes a day, doing 2 miles, walking or running or run walking, whichever you prefer at your leisure, than me going to the gym and working out every day for 1 hour. You know why? What I learned is I micro-teared, meaning I just barely tore my muscles. So every time I'm recovering at night, I'm building strength back again. My muscles are not sore. So even if I'm doing, today I did chest and shoulders, I would turn around and I would do abs and legs. I'm always going to do legs because I love legs. I love running. I love jumping. So I love my legs. I'm always going to do legs because that's the biggest muscle that's going to bring the biggest action into your body. So I already have things in place that I keep consistent, and those micro things that I'm doing is only building me stronger and making me a stronger old man. Does that make sense? So March is about becoming. It's not about restarting. We're not about resetting. Again, if you did stop anything, you paused. So we're not resetting nothing. We are doing nothing. We're about becoming. So what does becoming mean? It just means you are changing your identity. And what do I mean by that? It's not like changing your life. It's changing how the way you approach life, if that makes sense. Success comes from what you're becoming. And so in order for you to become something, you have to shed things. Like in order for me to become, I had to let go of eating late, right? There's a lot of things that I was doing that, honestly speaking, guys, that really I just was doing because I was around in the wrong spaces and in the wrong areas. Does that make sense? Because if you're around in those areas, you usually tend to do the things that you, or those people that you're around. Listen to what I'm saying. You tend to do those things because you're around or you're in the environment of those people that are doing those things. Self-love is you coming back to you. Self-love is like, I'm allergic to peer pressure. Self-love is Ron does what the fuck Ron's gonna do. Period. That's it. It's not somebody else. It's not you being arrogant. It's about you being confident in who you are. Does that make sense? So, for example, you don't become confident by saying affirmations and praying and all the other hoopla that you do and the candles and the fucking chimes and the fucking crystals and all that bullshit. You don't. You become confident and in your space by keeping promises to yourself. When you can look in the mirror and you can honestly say, man, I'm being truthful to myself. And we all know when we're being truthful to ourselves. That's honest speaking. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining my club. I really appreciate you. You do not become peaceful by avoiding problems or avoiding people or avoiding those things. You become peaceful by trusting yourself through those situations, through those problems, through those things that you're going through. So bottom line is your life expands when your identity expands. Does that make sense? When you understand where it's coming from and how you're becoming, right? So I'll give you a good example. I got a client, she's in Chicago, her name is Sarah. She's very, very organized. And man, she's awesome to work with. You know, for me as a mentor and a consultant, because she's a go-getter. She does things. But here's one of the things. Whenever she does something, when I first started noticing in the 90 days, man, we'd start doing something and then she'd make a mistake or something, she'd fall off. She would just stop doing it. And so I really had to sit down and ask her, you know, like, how come I'm not continuing? And she used to always give me excuses because she felt that. And in her mind, she felt like she had to do things right the first time. No one does anything right the first time. We didn't walk right the first time. We didn't even crawl right the first time. We fell down. Every time we tried something, we did. So I only told her one thing, most things that we go through, and I'm using Sarah for an example, is that's a learned trait. And what I mean by a learned trait is she learned that from her parents who probably was judging her. So self-judgment is where we are at in that space. Does that make sense? In the self-love space that we're in, we're more self-judgment and more harder on ourselves than other people look or portray or see us. Does that make sense? And so that's the same thing what Sarah was doing. So the self-judgment, you including myself, I put myself in that space of always wanting to do things right the first time. No, fuck all of that shit. Look, get it out there first and then tweak until it makes it right. Does that make sense? Any gold, anything, man, guys, if I could tell you anything, is to do that. Man, listen, I'll give you a perfect example. We'll get back to Sarah. My mentor, his name is Jim Shee. He has cancer right now. This man has been through everything. I'm gonna pause for a minute because I was about to tear up. Don't want to do it because that's my dude. Long story short, when I was out there on the road with him, I admired him because number one, some of the things he was wanting to teach people, he was telling them he was going to teach, and he was explaining to them, and he was asking them, how much would that cost? How much would you pay to learn this? And these people was giving him the price. He was sending around a piece of paper like this around and taking their numbers down and information, and I'll get back with you. And I'm in the back of the room looking at him like, where is this product he's talking about? And then he comes back off the stage and it's like, yeah, we got to put that together in the next 2 or 3 months. I'm saying that, guys, is whatever goals or dreams or whatever you're striving to do and you're hesitating, what are you hesitating for? What are you waiting for? Put something out there, do the research, do something, put your feelers out there. Right now, man, in my space where I'm at right now, I'm getting land, everything that's coming to me to buy land. My next move is to buy land. So I'm putting it in the air and letting it meditate. But guess what? Ron's probably going to make that move to do that. So what am I saying? Sarah stopped judging herself. She stopped doing that. She took a pause back for herself. And then she started saying, okay, I make mistakes, but I'm learning. What did I learn from this? And then from there, just moving forward. Today, everything doesn't change. Those are micro shifts. It didn't change overnight, but she became somebody who didn't abandon herself. Does that make sense? She came to somebody that was not a person that every time something was happening, she's giving it up. you know, and no one wants to be in that position where you're always restarting. You always want to be becoming. So becoming is hard. To be honest with you, becoming is uncomfortable. Why is it, Ron? Becoming is uncomfortable. It's funny you asked that question. I'm going to answer that for you. So becoming. Hey, what's up? Right now, right? This is what we're doing. The twins, Basil. So becoming is you leaving your identity, your old identity. And why is it hard? It's hard because when you're leaving your old identity and you're in that old environment, you're always going to have tests. If you have boundaries, you're always going to have tests. You're going to always have people testing what you're trying to grow into. Now, the great thing about that is it does make you very, very strong. Being able to be in the storm and build those boundaries, and you just saying, what are the things that makes me peace? What are the things that makes me happy? And then staying committed to yourself, not worrying about how other people are going to think or how they're going to feel. How do you feel? How the fuck do you feel? Like that's where I'm at. How the fuck do you feel? And then go from how you feel and then go from there. Go from inside, then outward. You know, my mom, guys, bless her heart. My mom is third generation empath. I'm blessed to be fourth. And she always told me, seek to understand before you're being understood, because you already know yourself. So know your feelings first before you go into those spaces and then stand up for yourself. Does that make sense? So your old identity, you may want to lose some things. You may are inconsistent. You may be not as disciplined as you think you are. You may be always starting over. But the truth is, those are not facts, guys. Those are stories we sell ourselves because we are not committed to ourselves. I always say, that's the hog we sell ourselves. I don't eat pork. I don't know who eats pork. But I'm saying, like, that's the shit we sell ourselves so that we can be that victim in the stories of why we can't do the things. So, March is where we stop doing all of that. March is where we stop repeating those old cycles. March is where we stop going back to that old identity. March is where we start becoming into that identity that we want to become. So, ask yourself, guys, what identities that you are carrying that no longer serve you? What things are you doing that you're just being around people that are doing those things that really don't resonate with your spirit? And just write those things down. It's not for judgment. This is safe space, guys. This is for you to grow. This is a growth zone. I'm saying we learn from here. We learn from here and we go up. We don't go anywhere but up. So thanks for joining in. Thanks for tapping the live. I really appreciate you guys. Project SeLFLoVe. I'm trying to be out here every month for you guys for the theme, just to give you the hard cut steak. No fluff. I do not like eating the snack before the meal. I like eating my meal first and then going backwards. So that's what we're doing. So everything that you're selling yourself, those are those expired identities, because you're just holding those. And some people love to be a victim. They want to have those stories to justify why they're not doing anything, and you don't need to be that way. So, which brings me to one of my guys in Atlanta. His name is Marcus. Marcus is cool. He's a personal trainer, doing great for himself now. He didn't have boundaries. We've taken some journeys. He didn't have boundaries. So once we established boundaries, believe it or not, the more he established boundaries, he made more money establishing boundaries when he didn't have boundaries, which is amazing. And then he took better care of himself. But through that process in the coaching, we do self-love. We always go through self-love. And one of the things was he stopped trusting himself. And the reason he stopped trusting himself, because he set so many promises to himself, he was afraid to even set a goal for himself. So here's how I have fun with it. That's why I always laugh, guys. I'm sorry. Here's how I have fun with everything that I do. I asked him, where is he the most consistent in his life, which is personal training, right? So let's go micro. Let's go small with it. So let's be consistent with yourself. Let's commit. That's all we need to do. Just little small promises to yourself. It may be, you know, if you're working out or you're doing it, keeping one promise to yourself. It may be you journaling one thing. It may be you just saying, hey, look, I'm just going to do 10 minutes of silence. I'm just going to sit down today and just really reflect on what happened for the day. Those things are the little micros that build that consistency. So the consistency starts, right, which builds the self-trust, which builds the confidence, which, boom, that's a boundary. Is that a boundary? Is it negotiable or non-negotiable? Depends on how you feel and the happiness that you achieve from it. That is the key, because self-trust, guys, right, is kept through promises. Self-trust is you knowing you're staying strong for yourself. Self-trust is me knowing I needed to go live today. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just wanted it to resonate with me. And so since I was going to come out here, be in this sun and get all this good energy and ground myself too as well, I might as well come out here and live and talk to you guys and not just stand in silence. Because I can stand in silence and gratitude afterward and after I do this live. You know what I mean? So here's the action steps, guys, for all of you guys, because I am going to do my grounding now. So 3 steps for all of you guys who fell off in February. First of all, number 1, you did not fall off. You paused. So let's change the way we look at things. Let's change how the way we approach things. Let's do that first. The way we look at things is how the way we see our reality. Does that make sense? The way you read or see things, the way you keep things in your focus is how you see your reality. Say that one more time. The way you look at yourself and the way you focus on those things inside your reality, the news, the drama that you keep inside here that keeps your focus is your reality. That's what you bring into your life and you constantly attract. So let's do this. First of all, if you fell off, here goes the 3 steps. Number 1, you didn't fall off, you paused. So let's just recommit, right? And let's lower the bar. Whatever you was doing, let's lower the standard. I've been talking about micros all for the past 30 or 40 minutes. So we're going to start off small. Hey, what's up, Jasmine June? Thank you for coming into my live. I really appreciate you. So we're going to start off small. Whatever goal you have, whatever it was, let's break it down. Let's start off small. It may be just 1 hour you doing something. Like me, I know I don't want to work out for an hour no more, right? So it's just 10 minutes. It may be me 10 minutes of being in meditation. It may be me 10 minutes just sitting in silence. Guys, there's a lot of things. You don't have to sit in silence. You can sit there on YouTube, put a sound frequency on, which really resonates with your body and your energy because you are energy. So sound affects you. Sit in silence for that. 15, 20 minutes is consistency. Consistency matters more than intensity. Does that make sense? I'm more stronger than I am when I was working out for 1 hour every other day because I was breaking myself down than the way I'm stronger now doing it just 10 minutes a day every day and running cardio, being consistent. I'm lean, guys. I am lean and I have not taken anything. No subs. I have one supplement that came to me. I'm supposed to promote for TikTok. You know, they be sending you the free stuff and I want to try it. But do I really want to promote it or not? Because I honor my word. I'm not a pusher. Like, my word is bond. If I'm going to talk to my audience, I want them to know it's about them and about their best. So I may advertise it on my website. I don't know. I'll work something out with them. But they have a good little product. So consistency. Let's chunk it down wherever you was at. First of all, we've recommitted, right? We're always starting over. We set the pause button. We're taking the pause button off. Click, click. We're taking the pause button off, right? Click, click. We're taking it off. All right. Okay. So start small wherever you're at. If it's a goal, if it's you working out, like it was for me. For me, it was, okay, I'm going to tell you, honestly, for me, it was me going back to basics. I'm very spiritual. That's why you see me out here grounding. My mom taught me my roots. So I went away from my roots. So now I'm going back to my roots. And so since I'm back to my roots, Spirit speaks to me to stay consistent. So mine was me going back to source. Mine was, and I don't know what your source is, God, your higher power, the universe, whatever you believe in, put a stamp on it, but go back to that source and ground yourself in spirit first. And then from there, what do you want? What makes you happy? What gives you peace? What fills you up? What makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning time like I do? So do that. Second thing, man, guys, these things are so simple. Like, you're going to be like, man, Ron, you just do this and you get paid for it? Hell yes, I do, because I enjoy what I do. And the second thing is stop the self-criticism. Stop the judgment. Social media got everybody fucked up. Everybody looking at everybody and judging yourself off of somebody else that's only giving you a small 15 to 20 seconds of their time, 20, maybe a minute of their time, and maybe an hour like I'm doing right now live. They're just showing you small parts in your life. Me, I'm consistent. Me, I'm always like this. If you meet me in person, I'm sorry, my energy's crazy in person. Like, it is crazy. That's why the dogs are quiet. Do you see how the way? No one called the dogs. You noticed that, right? Do you notice the dogs had not said nothing? I just looked at them. So stop the criticism. Just be you. Stay in your space. It's about you becoming. In order for you to become, you just have to be. In order for you to be, you just have to be present right now. Not thinking about those bills, not thinking about the shit that's going to happen tomorrow. Right now. Where's your breath at? Where's your heart at? Slow down. Take some time. Smoke something. Pause. Life is going to be there for you, waiting for you, just like this. Yes. And then the last thing, guys, and then ask yourself when you're in those aligned moments, when you're in that pause, just ask yourself, what's my next step? And that still small voice that you hear sometimes that tells you not to do something, that's your God spirit. I just want you to know that. that's your God spirit. that's your Holy Spirit. That's whatever you want to put on it, your conscious, whatever name that makes you feel comfortable, that speaks to you, because that's not you. You know what I mean? So when you're in those moments and you listen, be careful what answers back to you, right? And then the last thing, respect yourself. The only way the world would be able to know how to love you is if you love yourself. The only way the world will know how to respect you if you respect yourself. Now, and that's about what you say and how you do. Now, I understand. Everybody gets in their modes. Females be like, I'm that bitch. And they're saying I'm that bitch. It's not that they're saying it in the wrong way. They're not calling it, they're calling it in an exalted way. You got to understand, when they're saying it in their space and where they're at, right? Look, because you know what I'm saying? I got sisters, you know what I'm saying? When they doing it in their space and where they're at, right? That bitch is that bitch. That bitch is that bomb bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's not that other bitch that they talking about, the bitches that niggas talk about, right? So, stop the self-criticism. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop judging yourself so hard. Give yourself the slack. Commit to yourself. And be consistent. That's all I'm saying right now. That's what becoming's about. That's what becoming's about. You know, and the people that's already consistent, guys. People that's already consistent. Protect it. Listen, first of all, congratulations. Stand 10 toes down and celebrate the small things. I know you may not be where you are, but you're further than where you were before. You're probably better than you were yesterday. So celebrate all of that shit, right? That's the first thing. You know, the second thing is, you know, just track your identity. Are you being more kind? Are you showing up for yourself? Are you being more consistent? Are you being more loving to yourself? Are you giving yourself more grace? Are you forgiving yourself? These are the things, not anybody else, not nobody else. Whoever did something to you, let that shit go. They did that because they was not caring about you anyway. Why are you carrying that shit? Let that shit go. And which brings to the third one, guys, which we started off with. You being consistent. Celebrate your small wins. Guys, every time I got a client when I was growing up, right, and my girls was at home with me, I was so fortunate and blessed and grateful for having the business to be able to grow my business, which, guys, man, when you look at everything, you know, people think that I lost something. No, and my business is becoming too, because I built my business around my girls. My girls are grown. They're in college. Now I got to build the business around me, which Ron don't like to work. Ron likes to help people. And if I'm blessed and being able to help people and being gifted with the gift of abundance, so be it. But now my life is for me now. That's what I'm building. And that's what most people don't realize. When you're shedding things, guys, you're shedding that old identity because that old identity no longer suits you. You know, marriage suited me because it was marriage at that time. Yeah, was I getting abused? Yes. Yes. Did I go through a narcissistic abusive relationship? Yes. Yes. Those are all the so whats. Those are the so whats. Yes. Did I do the therapy? Yes. Did the therapy, did the journey twice. That's what I'm talking to Project SeLFLoVe about. I'm talking to you about what I learned and what I grew from. So my identity is where I'm growing and I'm becoming into something even better than what I could imagine, because I want to make that impact. I want to touch 1 million lives. I want to help people understand that abundance is not something that's out there and it's esoteric and it's all this other kind of stuff. You got to have these mantras and shit. No, it's that happiness that you build, that happiness that you build, that heaven that you build inside yourself. So celebrate your small wins, guys. And I'm going to leave you with this. You know, some people, you know, they feel like, you know, I'm not going to wait. You know, I'm going to wait to change. I'm going to wait till my kids get older. They're waiting to get changed. But change starts when you believe and you commit with yourself. That's when change starts. Change doesn't start at an if, when. It's not a time. It's a decision. It's a commitment. And when you're committed to yourself, that's that decision. Guys, if you're in the Bible and Jesus used to go around and heal people, what did he used to say? What did he used to say? He used to always ask, did you believe first? So you had to be committed in what he was doing before he healed you. Huh? When the lady, let's go to the lady that touched the hem of Jesus' garment. Everybody talks about that. And she went in and she touched the hem of Jesus' garment. Jesus raised her up. What did he say? Did he say, my faith made you whole? Did he say, God's faith made you whole, the Holy Spirit's faith made you whole? No. He said, your faith made you whole. So you have that power, guys. That power is in you. So you just have to decide, guys. That's what you have to decide. Just decide. March is about becoming, so only thing I want you to do is just decide. Just say, hey, look, Ron, I'm not going to abandon myself. Fuck everybody else. Fuck them. I'm not going for their attention nor their approval. I do this for me and my happiness and my satisfaction and my peace. So yeah, I'm going to become. March is about you becoming peaceful. You becoming confident. You becoming you. You showing up for yourself. You becoming aligned. Just be the person that I know you already are. Because you resonate with me. If you resonate with me, I already know you're weird and crazy and you're awesome and fabulous and beautiful at the same damn time. I already know this. So guys, hey, thank you for watching this Relationship Rewind on a Thursday. You know, it came out of bounds. First of all, you know, I like out of bound things, spirit of the moment things. You know how Geminis do. We like to jump in, show up, and show out. First thing. Second thing is, you know, when it resonates with my spirit and I'm out here grounding, look, sweating and stuff, feeling good in this sun, I'm vibrating on another level. So definitely want to do some videos and some other things and catch this sun before I go out here and finish this grounding and stuff. So thank you guys for joining in to my Project SeLFLoVe. Stay tuned on Saturday where we'll go into more detail about becoming. Again, the Cliff Notes is not something for you guys. Again, I love my coaching. I love my passion and what I do. It's simplistic. It's happiness in a bottle, guys. If I could package it and give it to everyone, I would. Let's not make it hard. Let's make it simple. Make it easy. Guys, you're meant to be abundant. It says it in the Bible. So manifest that shit and stop playing. I love you guys. You guys have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.